We are here on Real Estate in the Lowcountry. Benji Gecy is here, and we're going to talk about rates, as we always do. But today's maybe not quite as happy as last time you were here.
A little disappointing
yeah.
this time. We might only have, is this the last one? Or maybe we have one more rate report?
I think one more before the end of the year,
So one more rate report. My forecast for 2024 a long time ago was to hit the 5.0 benchmark.
Right.
Well, we hit that on FHA, VA, USDA. We got down to 4.75. So I'm going to take credit that we did hit it. The conventional got down to 5.3, but as you can see from our chart right here, we've had 7 straight weeks of rates increasing. So since September 27th, we had those great rates. It's pretty disappointing to see the rates go up for 7 straight weeks. So the Trump trade is in place. There's a lot of money moving around, a lot of policies being talked about.
Right.
I think that's going to end here in the next 3 or 4 or 5 days. I think bonds are going to roll over, and I think we are going to get a rally towards the end of the year. I don't think we're going to quite get to the 5.0 benchmark from where we are. We only have 45, 50 days left.
Right.
But the market has definitely changed. Refinances have come to a screeching halt. Everybody who was looking to refinance and didn't take advantage and lock in, they've had to pause those refinances right now. So that market is very quiet right now, but we're still seeing some purchase activity and lots of construction activity calling it right now.
Okay, and so let's talk about that. We've talked about it before, but it's, bears a revisit today. What do you do when you're in a market where the rates are going up and they're higher?
Well, we should know now. We dealt with it for 2 years.
Yeah.
But right now where we are, about 6.7 is the national average. Beaufort Lending's rates are a little lower than that. But what you can do as a purchaser, if you're buying in this market, you do have an advantage, because as we know, when the rates go up, that cools the markets. Sellers are going to negotiate a little more, and you can either get a little lower price on the home, or you can ask for closing costs. So I recommend using the 3-2-1 buy down. You can either do a 2-1 buy down, 3-2-1, and what is that? You're getting the seller to pay. So if the rate is 6.7%, the 3-2 buy down allows your rate to be 3.7 the first year, 4.7 the second year, third year at 5.7, and then it resets to the other rate. 2-1 buy down goes to 4.7 and 5.7. Those are good tools in escalated rate environments. So the seller has to pay for it. So you just have to get an experienced mortgage broker, an experienced realtor to help you out with that, and you can benefit from some lower rates. I think you should use the 2-1 buy down even when the rates are lower. So most people don't know about the 2-1 or the 3-2-1 buy down, but as rates go higher, we try to introduce that to the buyers more often than not right now, and that is a good tool to use right now. It will give you a major advantage on the market.
Yeah, and you mentioned having an experienced mortgage broker and an experienced realtor. What are some other things that you bring to the table in a market like this, as people might not know about the buy downs? What else is that they might not know about?
So mortgage brokers, we came out to solve the problem with the higher rates. We have what's called a Refi 75 now, and that's only offered through mortgage brokers. What that gives you is a free almost 1% buy down. So if the rate's 6.7, you could buy that down. Usually a 1% buy down is about 0.5%. So you go from 6.7 to 6.25, and then with Beaufort Lending's rates already lower than the national average, you can still possibly get a refi in the 5s. So that's only available through mortgage brokers.
Okay.
That's a good program to help with the higher rates there as well. But the 2-1 buy down, the Refi 75, those are good programs. If you have to refinance right now, we do think rates are going to go lower. So get what you can get now and then maybe refinance down the road.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you're also seeing construction activity. What do you...
Well, we've seen a lot of calls, which is unusual, about construction. We see there is a lot of construction in the area right now through Hilton Head, Bluffton, and Beaufort, and all across the state. But construction loans, you're only paying interest during the construction period. So the higher rate doesn't really affect them that much.
Yeah.
And it takes about a year to build a home, and those people are anticipating in a year rates are going to be lower, so they could roll over to a lower rate there. And I think that's probably why we're seeing some of that activity. But I have heard that some of the construction prices may be coming down a little bit as well. So we'll see
maybe
what
not
happens
so
there.
much of a supply issue there.
Exactly.
And then, as you say, maybe it is time for somebody to look at, maybe it is time to build my home because those rates don't really affect me as much. Probably next time we'll get really into what you think for 2025, but you want to give us a little tidbit of what you're thinking?
Well, I want to see what's going to happen here with the Trump trade. Lots of policy conversations. He's going to do this, he's going to do that. The bond market is really shaken up right now, and until people quit buying equities, the bond market's going to continue to go up. So we need some relief from equities into bonds, and I don't see that happening right now. So hopefully that happens here real soon. We'll get a real rally. But I do think we're going to see some improvements by the end of the year, but I want to see what happens in January before I give that forecast.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be waiting for it as always. Thank you, Benji, for the great information.
Thanks a lot.